Hello, this is Don White, the Superintendent of the Troy School District, and this is the board brief for the July 17th, 2013 Board of Education meeting. Just a quick overview. A board brief provides an overview of the topics that will be discussed at the upcoming board meeting. It's not my intent to give an in-depth analysis of a particular topic. However, I am trying to give a listing of the topics that may or will be discussed. And it's not a polished audio or video recording. I haven't done any editing to this, just to make sure that I get it done quickly and make it available for the community. All board briefs that I've done so far are available at my Troy website at donwhite.troy30c.org, or you can search for Dr. Don White on the YouTube. Okay, let me move into the Committee of the Whole. The Committee of the Whole will begin this month at 6:30 p.m. because we only have a couple topics to discuss. And as I'm producing this board brief, both of those topics are going to be in closed sessions, so the board will have a closed session. The only topic really for us to discuss will be just our typical review of the agenda for the regular board meeting. So that will be a short Committee of the Whole starting at 6:30 instead of our typical time at 5:30. Now on to the actual board meeting agenda. The board meeting begins at 7 p.m. in the board room at the Don Bacon Administration Center, and that's at 5800 West Theodore. And we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance, then the roll call to establish a quorum. I believe we will have a couple board members that are participating via the phone, which we'll have set up the electronics for that. The board will review the agenda. We'll have a forum if there's any comments from the public. The district office quick reports should go relatively quickly. Then the typical consent agenda items. Those are normal for each of our meetings, nothing out of the ordinary there at all. We have a closed session on the agenda, but hopefully we'll get that done during the Committee of the Whole and won't need to do that during this item or during this agenda. Then the action items. The first one is an amended dress code. The board discussed an amended dress code that I proposed last month in the June meeting, and they will be taking action on that for this board meeting. Then we're asking the board to create a case manager position. This happens to be just a replacement of a psychologist position. We had posted a couple psychologist position and we're not able to find the candidates that we were seeking. So to get the work done, we will be asking them to create the case manager. It will not be an additional head count, but it's just a different way of getting the same work done. So it's not an additional employee that we're looking to employ. Just need a different job description basically. And we have our couple resignations the board will be considering. We have 3 appointments that for certified staff, and you'll notice on your screen we have a TBD. We're in the final stages of a recommendation from a principal over at Heritage Trail to employ a 4th grade teacher. That's an open spot. Each of these are filling open positions. Appointments for ESP, again, these are open positions where people have moved on or left the district, or so we are asking the board to fill these positions. Again, not additional positions, just happen to be filling the positions that are open at this time. We are asking them to recall an ESP person. We had done a reduction in force, and this employee was let go basically, not because of performance in any way, but because we didn't have a need for the position or we were trying to reduce costs. And so now that a different position has come open, she's available for it, so it'll be a recall. We have 1 request for a general unpaid leave of absence that the board will consider. Then we're asking the board to approve an outdoor learning center at Troy Crossroads Elementary. It's a memorial for Sue Dowse, who was a longtime employee in the district and passed away a couple years ago. There's a group of people doing some great work to build a memorial for Sue, and I'm hopeful the board will approve that. We're asking the board to approve the fees for copies of district records. This is in case someone does a Freedom of Information Act and they need us to make some copies. I believe it's a 25-cent per page copy cost. We haven't used that in the past several years because everything we do seems to be electronic these days, but we do need the board to approve that. We'll recommend the same price. Again, we've not used it in the past several years. We're asking the board to consider bonds. We are going to restructure some bonds to save the taxpayers money, and also to position the district so that we can lock in a specific tax rate so that there aren't fluctuations for our taxpayers in our local community. This is a good thing for both the taxpayer and also the district. It stabilizes our revenue and also minimizes the impact that the bonds will have. The bonds will still increase over the next couple of years. However, this move, if the board approves this, which I believe they will, but if they approve this, it will stabilize the tax rate, and we will restructure it and save money. But we're going to take advantage of the low interest rates right now, take advantage of that, and lower the amount of money we're going to spend on the payback of these bonds. So that's a good thing. Then we have discussion informational items for the board and the Board of Education discussion. They look at advanced planning. We list as many things as we need to on this space of the agenda, so there's many sources out on the web to get this kind of information. And then we always have listed on the agenda at least a closed session at the end, just in case there's a reason, but I don't believe there will be a reason to need a closed session at the end of the meeting. And then the board will adjourn. And that is the board brief for the July 17th, 2013 Board of Education meeting. If you have any questions, please, you can submit them via email to dmail, D-M-A-I-L, at troy30c.org, or you can call the district office at 815-577-6760. Thank you.